Good morning. It's your girl, Becky DV, live in the morning, 7 days a week at 7 a.m. Y'all, I apologize. I was kind of in a rush today, so you're going to get the usual quality that you're used to with, like, hearing, like, the little wind noises in the back and everything. Again, I'm apologizing in advance, okay? Hear the apology right now, all right? That's my bad. But I communicate with you all and let you know what to expect. So, of course, on the topic of communication, we're going to continue that trend, that wavelength, and talk about communication within the family. One of the things that I noticed that families really do struggle with is communicating with each other, especially trying to make sure that your point is getting through and is heard. I'm actually binge watching a YouTube series right now, not right this second, but at this moment in time in my life. And this young lady is, she's terrified of losing the communication she has with her family because she knows that they communicate well. And honestly, a lot of us are afraid to do things and to tell our family certain things because we communicate so well with our family that we're afraid of losing it. And at one point in my life, I actually felt that way. I was like, man, I'm kind of afraid to tell my family certain things because, we have a good thing going. Why mess that up? This is why it is very important as a family, as a unit, as a body that comes together, which is your family. You have to communicate very well with your children. And sometimes that means taking self out of the picture. Like, you can let them know what you like and what you don't like and stuff like that. But sometimes we get in our way. We get in our own ways and we hinder the communication we have with our children, with our brothers and sisters, as well as with their spouses or whoever the case may be, aunts, nieces, nephews, uncles, mom and dad, grandpa, grandma, whoever. I'm not saying that I am the expert in communicating with family because, like I say, my family, half of us still have a hard time. The other half, I think we do pretty good. But it's something that needs to be worked at, especially in certain communities. We hinder our own from talking sometimes and from coming to us with problems because especially now a lot of what I see parents, I'm just calling it like I see it. You act like you don't have time for the ones you brought into this world. And it's horrible because, they're genuinely trying to come up and tell you something. And yes, they do need to learn about, the respectable time and place. So if a kid is trying to walk through you while you're talking to another adult, you can just kindly say, I always tell kids all the time, okay, do you see two adults talking? And the answer is usually yes. All you can say is, excuse me. And then don't keep saying it, just wait to be acknowledged. Because trust me, we've heard you. We don't want to ignore you. We just don't want you to be rude and do that to somebody as you get older. Because now you cutting off your potential boss and you don't even know it. Okay? I meet adults like that all the time. And I can tell nobody slapped them in the teeth from keep interrupting when the two adults are talking. Because they'll just walk up to you and they'll just start talking. I'll be like, did you not see A and B having a conversation and then you just kind of wedge your C way in? That ain't gonna happen, okay? So we got to start paying attention and communicating better with the ones that we brought into this world. They're more than just a tax check or write-off or whatever the case may be. They're more than just an extra little check because you want to say that your kids don't know how to behave when you haven't reared them right. When I say reared, okay, you haven't given them consequences for the things that they do wrong within your household. So when they go out in public, they really gonna act like they don't know how to act. It's all of that. It's all of that communication that we're lacking within our own households that affect when they get out in public. Okay. Now, I watched a funny video and, the little lady mama was in the background and she had that face like, you right, I said that. But she was just saying, the little guy on the little video was just saying, put a finger down if your mama ever said this. And it was everything my mama told me, okay? If you don't communicate with your kids at home, that when they get in that store, they better not touch something, break something, or even look that way. Honestly, if you do that at a young age, your kids will stop spending a whole lot more money. Because now they're like, I'll add it to my Christmas wish list or my birthday list. I ain't about to touch that. Mama ain't about to chop my hand off. But you get them in the mindset of that, especially if you break something, you gotta buy it. And that if you pick something up and you're touching it and you're using it in the store, it won't still have its value for the next kid. Like, stuff like that. Because we don't set those boundaries, and they'll go someplace with somebody else and off the chain. Me, not every kid ain't the same. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Every kid ain't the same. Me personally, I was a little bit more structure appropriate. I understood instructions well and directions, and if I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, trust me, I wasn't gonna get caught doing it. That was not my style. Not because we all had passes. I'm not gonna say I was a perfect A plus child, but just the big part was don't get caught. That was the biggest part. But we've had a communication in the house, okay? A communication within family. When it gets to that time in anyone's life where you're taking care of older people and it's time to make those hard, brutal decisions of nursing home or what the next step would be, and make sure that everyone has plans and everything, it's a hard step. Why have beef in the middle of it, okay? Y'all can squash all that. Alright? I know some siblings that not even want to talk to each other right now. And I was like, y'all, it's not that serious. It's not. When I argue with my brother, do I want to be around him? No. But because the way we were brought up was that we can fight it out and talk later, then that's what we do. Okay? I owe him a butt whooping right now. So when I see him, we gonna fight it out. Then we gonna talk later. Alright? And honestly, the reason my brother and I don't get along so well is because we look too much alike. And I think that has a lot to do it's a lot to do with it. Just a little side note here. I have never met two people who are 4 years apart who could trick people into thinking that they were natural born twins. People believed it all the time. We still don't know why. We really question a lot of our friendships with a lot of people just because we thought maybe they were the ones who needed to have an IQ check. Because if we have never been in the same grade and we 4 years apart, then how can we be twins? But some things you communicate to people would just never go through. Okay, just would never go through. So you gotta have an open communication line, all right? Not saying, see, people think when you say communicate, oh, I gotta talk to them every day. No, I don't talk to my best friend every day. And sometimes if we do talk every day, it's like a quick text message because something done went down and you got to text it out real quick like, hey girl, you won't believe this. All right, I did, Lord have mercy. I did something a little stupid and I got to text it. I got to fill in real quick. And like I said, I'm Marco Polo. I got to text it real quick like, hey, just to let you know, okay? This just went down and all she texts back is, oh God, Becky. Like seriously, I think she got that automatically programmed into her phone that when the Siri determined that I done said something stupid to her, she just put, oh God, Becky. Like last night she told me to go to bed and I was like, you don't realize it, I'm still at one of my jobs, so I ain't going to bed. And I thought this was funny, so I had to share it with you. But it's something that can be done, okay? While she's not my sister or my legal blood, she's my best friend. Alright, thick through thin, like we still need to communicate. Like I said, it's not every day because we both live busy lives and we both have, lives outside of lives and whatnot. So we have to play catch up. That's when I hope she listened to this because she still owes me my crab legs. When we go and get something to eat and we talk it out then. So you catch up on like 3, 4, 5 years of your life in like an hour. It's doable. You just got to learn how to communicate well. Get to the hot parts. communicate about that. Then the little dull moments when things kind of go down, and when somebody walking by and they try to get in your business, you switch code and be like, yeah, child, so at work, Shonda, she just been, you just start talking about other people and whatnot, and then you get back to your personal life. But you try to have good communication, so when the stickiness comes, when someone in the family dies or passes away, or is hurt severely and in the hospital, it's not an outrage when you all coming together. It's not tension. It's not like not sure how to sit down and have this conversation. Now, one thing that is going to be true: people don't know how to handle death. Okay, so they may lash out. They may react differently. Some people can't see other people hurt. They can't see them down. My brother, for one, cannot see my mom hurt. He cannot handle it well. Why would I put him through that? I would never do that. I would just kind of explain it to him in another way and say, hey, I got it from here. But we've communicated that. I know that. That's another reason why, he didn't do one of the things he wanted to do in life, because he had always had that thought, what if I roll up on my mom and sister? So I don't put him through that. I don't mention it. We don't have to talk about it. I know how to address that to him, how to wrap it up, bring it to him with a nice sailboat, and then go from there. Okay? When I'm communicating with my sister, I got to understand she has to have 98% of the conversation, and then you got to fit your 2% in there, because she's a talkative person. Y'all thought I was talkative. You haven't met my sister. She can talk, okay? But when you listen, she got a lot to good to say, and she will give you your time to talk. I just like to tease her because she does talk a lot and very loud. Okay. So sit down with your immediate family. You can sit down with your brothers and sisters if you have some, if you still have some living, whatever the case may be, and just talk to them and be like, you can even ask, have I been a good sister? Have I been a good brother? What can I do more to make sure that we're on the same wavelength, that, we're ready for the next step with our mom and dad, or that, when we have a family fallout, that we're able to mend the pieces back together and not pull out old dirty past and keep throwing in each other's face. Okay? Have that talk today. If y'all follow my personal Facebook page, you'll see that my mother and I will have another conversation today, because, my mom was telling me that my brother and his wife went on a date night. And she's like, I support that, because, that's very good, because, they watch the kids for them and everything. And I was like, yeah, that's great. Like, I support date nights. I think all marriages should have date nights. It's very important, And then I said, oh, but wait, I don't date. She laughed at me, okay? And I did a whole little Facebook thing, because after I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. She know I'm a jokey person, but was she really laughing at me? And so I'm going to let her know, because my mom barely gets on Facebook. So I'm going to let her know that that's out there if somebody comes at her like a little sideways today. But my mom knows I'm a very joking person, so she won't have any problems with understanding that I was being goofy. But she knows that because we communicate with each other. We talk with each other, right? Now, do we tell each other everything? Probably not. Probably not. There's some things they're probably still not telling me. I told them a long time ago, I'm a big girl now, I can take it, just go ahead and tell me. But, they still ain't told me yet. They know what it is. But there will always be things that we can continue to work on with our communications, our communication and our communication style in our families, okay? There will always be something we can work on. So why aren't we working on it? All right. Why aren't we working on it? Again, first of all, I really want to challenge you today to just go talk to a family member. It doesn't have to be all of them. You can just take it one by one. You can even group text. Be like, hey, this is a safe space for all of us to talk. No judgment here. And we really got to stress that. No judgment zone. Because sometimes when people come to you, especially in your family, they don't need judgment at that moment. They need a safe place. It is sad that a lot of us can't go right to our own home address and be in a safe place, okay? So definitely hear it out. Definitely understand where they're coming from. Not like, sympathize, but empathize with them. There's a difference. We can have a whole chat about that, all right? But definitely do that. Talk to a family member, reach out to a family member, mend some old ties. Let the past go, y'all. Let it go, all right? She could have married your husband. I'd let it go, all right? That should never mess up a friendship as well as a good sister or brother bond, all right? Don't let that get to y'all. Keep the family love there, all right? Family was built for love, and if it wasn't true, he wouldn't have said so, all right? My name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Again, I'd like to apologize for the bad voice quality after we had such a good day yesterday. But, again, that's what happens when you rush. So, hopefully, from here on out, we will not be any more rushing, all right? I love y'all dearly from the bottom and the top of my heart. And I hope you all have a great and blessed day. And I will talk with you all in the morning.